I thought I was alone, until I realized someone had been secretly living above me the entire time. I moved into my duplex 5 months ago, thinking I'd finally have peace and privacy. For the first few weeks, everything was quiet, until I started hearing footsteps above my ceiling. At first, I thought it was the neighbors in the unit next door, but then I remembered they had moved out 2 weeks ago. The footsteps didn't sound like something falling or settling. They were heavy, like someone walking. I brushed it off as paranoia. But then, late one night, I took off my earbuds and listened closely. I could hear soft, slow creaks directly above my bedroom. My heart started pounding. The next morning, I decided to check my garage. There's a small loft up there that I'd never looked into. I grabbed a flashlight and climbed up. What I found made me freeze. The attic space was bigger than I imagined, stretching all the way across both duplex units. It was divided only by thin plywood boards. There were signs of someone staying there: an empty sleeping bag, crumpled fast food wrappers, a half-empty water bottle. Someone had been living in the attic, right above me. I stared into the dark corner, afraid to move, terrified they might still be hiding behind the boards. Then suddenly, I heard a crash from the other end of the attic. I spun around, my flashlight flickered. Something or someone was moving fast, trying to escape. A second later, I heard my garage back door slam open. The sound echoed loudly, then silence. I jumped down and ran outside, but whoever it was had vanished. I called the police. They searched everything but found nothing. No signs of forced entry, no fingerprints, nothing. The attic was now completely empty, but the fear inside me hadn't gone anywhere. The footsteps didn't sound like something falling or settling. They were heavy, like someone walking. I brushed it off as paranoia. But then, late one night, I took off my earbuds and listened closely. I could hear soft, slow creaks directly above my bedroom. My heart started pounding. The next morning, I decided to check my garage. There's a small loft up there that I'd never looked into. I grabbed a flashlight and climbed up. What I found made me freeze. The attic space was bigger than I imagined, stretching all the way across both duplex units. It was divided only by thin plywood boards. The man at my window. It was around 3:15 in the morning when I woke up to a soft tapping sound. I was half asleep and groggy, but the sound was distinct. Tap, tap, tap. It was coming from my bedroom window. The weird thing, my bedroom is on the second floor. There's no balcony, no tree nearby, nothing someone could stand on. I slowly got out of bed and walked to the window. The blinds were closed, but the tapping continued. I hesitated. My heart was already racing. Something felt off. I lifted the blinds just a little, trying to peek through, and I swear I saw the top of someone's head. I jumped back immediately. What the hell? I turned on my bedroom light and stared at the window from across the room. The tapping had stopped. Everything was silent now. I stood frozen for a minute, then forced myself to walk over and open the blinds fully. Nothing. Just empty darkness outside. I turned on my phone flashlight and aimed it out the window. Still nothing. I checked again. No ladder, no ledge, nothing to climb on. It was impossible. I convinced myself maybe I imagined it. Maybe I was just half dreaming. I called the cops. They found nothing useful, but agreed that someone had clearly been there. No other neighbors saw anything. No security camera footage. Just a random barefoot stranger tapping on my second floor window at 3:15 in the morning. That night, I barely slept. I kept staring at the window until sunrise. I even pushed my dresser in front of it. For weeks, I kept checking outside, but the footprints never came back. Still, I haven't opened my blinds at night since. Sometimes the scariest part isn't what you see. It's what you know shouldn't be possible. And if you ever hear tapping on your second floor window, don't look. I let a stranger move into my house. Now I sleep with my door locked and a knife under my pillow. After my old roommate moved out, I posted a listing on Craigslist. Within a day, I got a message from a guy named Trevor. Said he was 27, quiet, worked nights, and just needed a place to crash. His tone seemed respectful, and he sent ID and payment up front. I was hesitant, but I agreed. One night, I woke up at 2:40 a.m. My bedroom door was open. I always keep it shut. I got up, checked the hallway. Trevor's door was closed. No lights, no sound. I locked my door again and went back to bed. The next morning, I asked if he had opened my door. He said, "Nope," without even looking at me. That night, I put a folded piece of tape on the top edge of my bedroom door as a test. If someone opened it, the tape would fall. I woke up the next morning and found it on the floor. But Trevor's door was still locked. I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know what. I finally decided to check the storage space above our hallway, a crawl space with a wooden hatch. I climbed up while Trevor was out. Inside, I found two things: an empty food wrapper and one of my t-shirts. It had my name on it. It was hidden up there, like a nest. I freaked out. I waited until Trevor left again, then went into his room using a spare key. What I found made me want to throw up. His walls were covered in photos of me, screenshots from my social media, printed pictures of me sleeping, even a Polaroid of me in the shower. I ran out and called the cops. They took everything as evidence. Trevor never came back. Turns out the ID he gave me was fake. He wasn't 27. He wasn't even named Trevor. He'd done this before, moved in with people, obsessed over them, then vanished. Since then, I've moved. I don't take in roommates. I keep a bat by my bed and a knife in the drawer. And every night I check the crawl space, twice, just in case someone's still watching. The monsters don't hide under your bed. They sleep just down the hallway. So if you ever get a roommate from the internet, trust your gut. Or better yet, don't.